الحمد لله رب العالمين حمدا كثيرا طيبا مباركا فيه كما يحب ربنا ويرضى. All praise is due to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We lord Him, we glorify Him, and we praise Him in a way that is befitting Him, even though we're not capable of praising Him to the highest magnitude. I bear witness that there is nothing worthy of worship except for Allahu Jalla fi Ula. And I bear witness that Al-Mustafa, Al-Amin, Al-Sadiq, Wal-Masduq, Al-Mukhtar, Muhammad ibn Abdullah, Salawatullahi wa salam alayhi, is the finality of messengers sent to guide me and you from the darkness into the light. Who here missed me? Put up your hand. So you guys didn't miss me. See, I should go back to Mississauga. You guys didn't miss me. We had a good time last time we came here. Nobody had a good time. Okay, alhamdulillah. No problem. So our topic was last time, we were trying to elucidate and explain the importance of seeking religious knowledge. And most people, they spend their life seeking secular knowledge, what they call dunyawiya knowledge, which is permissible in our religion. But we have been commanded from Allahu Jalla fi Ula in His book, where the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, it's the only thing he asked Allahu Rabbul Izzah for increasement in. He said, Rabbi zidni ilma. Oh my Lord, increase me in knowledge, religious knowledge, knowing who Allah is. And it is the highest knowledge, what they call Ashraf al-Ulum. Ashraf al-Ulum, the most noble science that you could ever learn, is knowing who Rabbul Izzah is, His asma'ihi wa sifatihi wa af'alihi wa dhatihi. This is not taught in most of the masajid. Knowing Allah, His names, His attributes, His essence, and His actions. This is not taught in most of the masjids. Most of the masjids, they teach Islam like it's back in the Muslim country where everybody is Muslim. We need to teach Islam here in this Western country that everybody is a new Muslim. And they're just learning the basics of Islam. Who here is in agreement that when we came here last time, we showed you guys you don't know much about Islam? Put up your hand. Only one guy? That's it? All the questions we were pulling out money, who can answer this question? $5, $10, $15. People put up their hand, they couldn't get the answer. You guys don't remember that? Who remembers that? Who remembers that? Right? So that means we got to go back to the basics. Al-usul min al-ruju'. We have to go back to the basics of Islam, what they call the awwaliyat and the wajibat. The awwaliyat are the beginning, foundational information, and the wajibat are the things that we have to know. So from amongst the things that we talked about last time was the meaning of La ilaha illallah, Muhammadan Rasulullah, which the brothers and sisters, they couldn't explain that. You remember that? Who remembers that? Put up your hand. Okay? Who remembers when we asked you what Allahu Akbar was and nobody can answer it? Put up your hand. You guys remember that? And we asked a whole bunch of questions. So it shows you that every student of knowledge, including myself, we have to humble ourselves to the knowledge. Now the scholars, they have a very beautiful expression. They say, Al-Haq fawq al-Jami'. Al-Haq fawq al-Jami'. Al-Haq fawq al-Jami'. That knowledge, the truth is above everyone in every single thing. The truth is above me, it's above the sheikh, it's above the mufti, it's above the hafid, it's above the qari. The truth is what we want. And the scholars, they say, وَسَأَلَهَا أَحْكَامَ مَقَاسِدٍ. That the vehicles that we're using to reach the knowledge, this is what's important. And they say, نَدْرُ مَعَدِلِ الْحَيْثُ يُدَارِ. Very important. That we follow the evidence wherever it takes us. We follow the evidence wherever it takes us. So there is an important thing why we want to study this, and it's a little short point. Allah Azza wa Jal, He talks about the dog in the Quran. And there's different types of dogs that are mentioned in the hadith. And the dog who has knowledge, that's trained and it knows how to hunt, is superior than just the little mutt that runs around in the street, because it has a certain level of knowledge. The dog that knows how to shepherd the goats and the sheep is a special type of goat or a special type of dog. It has a certain type of knowledge. So we elevate it. The one that can go and hunt, you shoot a mallard or duck, and it goes out and it gets it and it brings it back and it doesn't kill it all the way. and he brings it back to his master is a level. So even the dog in Islam is raised up in a level if it has knowledge. So what about me and you? Knowledge, my brothers and sisters. Who here is trying to go to university? Put up your hand. Who's been to university? Who's seen a university? Who knows what a university is? Okay, guys, I'm a college dropout. I dropped out of college, but I speak at the universities and colleges all across the country. I don't have any degree, but I'm working on my pedigree. You guys understand that? You know the difference? The pedigree. And nobody knows what a pedigree is? Nobody knows what a pedigree is? It's a high standard. So how do you do that? You have to study the religion. You have to study the religion. قال النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم إنما العلم بالتعلم. Knowledge is learned through studying. So when I first became a Muslim, this is a long time ago, 31 years ago, before my daughters were born and my son. My daughters are here today, my son is back home. I seen brothers used to carry other books in their hand. It wasn't the Quran, and they would be studying Aqidah, they'd be studying fiqh, usul of fiqh, qawaid fiqhiyya, tafsir, hadith sciences, tariq, Islamic history, seerah. And I'm like, why are these guys carrying these other books? It's not the Quran. Why are these guys? And they said, no, that guy, he is hafiz too, but he's talib al-ilm. He's a seeker of knowledge. I said, what's that? Well, he's seeking the knowledge. He's trying to learn the sciences of Islam. There's so many different sciences in Islam. Can anybody name me some of the sciences of Islam? Except for the brother I was just talking to. Okay, go ahead, Sheikh. Huh? I can't hear you, bro. Okay, what's that called? What's that science called? Okay. Okay, we're talking Islamic sciences though. Give me some Islamic sciences. What are the Islamic sciences, guys? Nobody knows any Islamic sciences. Are you kidding me? Okay, Sheikh. Hadith sciences. What's that called? Huh? Ulumul Hadith or Mustalah Hadith or Ilm al-Rijal. These are all big sciences. See, all your uptees, they know this stuff because back in Somalia, they teach this stuff. Every corner, every masjid, some sheikh is teaching that stuff there. It's known, it's common. Here, it's not that common. What other sciences in Islam? What else? Sciences in Islam. Islamic sciences we're talking about. That's the side point. Okay, ulumul Quran. From amongst them is tafsir. Tafsir. People who do the tafsir, they're called mufassirin. From amongst them, who can name me one of the famous mufassirin? Who do you guys know that when they say, oh, Sheikh so-and-so said about the Quran, and then you say, oh, okay, yeah, he said it, I agree. Anybody can name me any of the mufassirin? Ibn Kathir, very good. Who else? See, we only know we know who Michael Jordan is, we know who LeBron James is, we know John Morant, we know Sexy Red, we know Dojo Cat, we know Elon Musk, we know all these fools, right? But we don't know who are some of the rest of the mufassirin. He is cream of the crop. Here, you get one of these, bro. Bismillah. No, you get a gift. No, you get a gift. Tahadu. This is a beautiful perfume here. When you make wudu, you can make dua for me. That's it. That's a beautiful answer. Okay, so here's the thing. I'm glad the brother he brought that up. Inshallah, we'll get into the lecture. Sheikh so-and-so who's on YouTube. You put any name you want. I don't want to name any names. Sheikh so-and-so. He says that Juj wa Ma'juj, it's just a fairy tale. It's just a fantasy. My intellect doesn't allow me to believe that there's some beasts that are hiding in the mountain. There's one famous sheikh, he said this 2 years ago. Okay? And Ibn Abbas says, or some of the older tabi'een or companions of the Prophet ﷺ, they said something else. Who should we listen to? Sheikh so-and-so who's living now, who's popular now, who's flying all around the world, getting $10,000 a lecture, going here, going there to this university. He said this thing, or Ibn Abbas said that. Who should we rock with? Man, you guys got to do some more participation, bro. Come on, bro. I came from Mississauga, man. I mean, this is ilm. This stuff will help you get to the Jannah. Ibn Abbas. Why? Okay, what did the Prophet ﷺ say about him specifically? The Prophet said that Ibn Abbas is Tarjumul Quran. He is the interpreter of the Quran. And the Prophet ﷺ made special dua for him. So him and his students, there's a strong chain of narration from Ibn Abbas, and he had a bunch of different students. If they say something about the Quran explanation, you can take that, what they call wala ayn wa ra's. You just run with it, man. Bismillah. It's authentically back to them, you run with it. Sheikh Fulan wa Alan says something, you got to say, well, where did he get that from? Min ayna laka hada. That's the first sentence I ever learned in the Arabic language. My sheikh, one time some people were telling him something, and because he was a convert, anybody heard of Sheikh Abdullah Hakim Quick? Put up your hand if you heard of Sheikh Abdullah Hakim Quick. You heard of the Sheikh? You guys don't know who the Shuyukh are of the city of Toronto. Sheikh Abdullah Hakim Quick is one of the first Westerners to graduate from the University of Medina and the Dawah College. He's a doctor. He's got his PhD in African sciences. So one brother was telling him something, and the Sheikh looked at him and he said, man, aina laka hada, brother. Where you get that from, man? Where you get that from, man? A cultural Muslim came and said something based on their culture, and the Sheikh said, "Min aina laka hadha?" Where are you getting this from, man? Where, you have an ayah for this? You have a hadith? Any scholar said what you're saying, or you're just picking it out your pocket and throwing it out there like it's dice? You got to be careful. Why do we study? Why do we want to get knowledge? Qala Allah Ta'ala, وَاتَّقُوا اللَّهَ يُعَلِّمُكُمُ اللَّهُ. Whoever has a deep fear of Allah. And fear is on different levels. Whoever has a deep fear of Allah, Allah will teach you. Allah will teach you. Allah will give you some comprehension. Man yuridillahi bihi khairan yufaqihu fi din, as the Prophet said. That if Allah He wants good for you and good for me, He'll help you to comprehend, to understand the religion. So for instance, does eating onions, does it destroy my salat? Yes or no? Doesn't destroy your salat, but it makes your breath smell bad. And the Prophet said, don't come to the masjid if you have the smell of garlic or leek or onions. That means you need to brush your teeth with the miswak. How many Muslims come to the masjid after they eat a big meal and they're in the salat beside you? Onion and garlic and all kinds of spices. I'm trying to make salat, and I just see this brother, he just ate some hilab. Right? He ate some hilab with a sport, right? And I mean, I'm sure it was good for him, but now why do I got to smell that? He's disturbed me now, right? So when we look at it, brothers and sisters, knowledge is extremely, extremely important. So I have a lot of information right now, and I could give you guys a lot of information. We'll just try to go with it, inshallah ta'ala. What is one of the reasons why we try to seek knowledge? Why did you guys come here today? Tell me why you guys came here today. Okay. To gain knowledge, okay. Anybody else? Huh? I can't hear. I can't hear. Huh? Knowledge is a reminder for the believers. Okay, how about going to the Jannah? This is one of the ways to get to the Jannah. قال النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم من سلك طريقا يلتمس فيه علما سهل الله له به طريقا إلى الجنة. Or كما قال صلى الله عليه وسلم. He who traverse a path, that means they got in their car, they got on their donkey, they got on the bus, and they went to go and seek religious knowledge. Babas, be quiet. Allah will make the path to paradise easy for them. You have to be knowledge seekers so you can get to the paradise. Knowledge can help you get to the Jannah, and it can save you from the hellfire. Who wants to go to the hellfire? Put up your hand. Who wants to go to the Jannah? Put up your hand. So this is the thing, brothers and sisters. When I became a Muslim, and this is a very sad story, but it's a true story. A Muslim brother I met him at college. I was in college, and there's a few reasons why I dropped out of college. So one Muslim brother, he seen me wearing a white topi. You know, the Pakistani brothers, they have a little white topi. So I had a topi on, and I don't know nothing about Islam. I just know La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah, I know Quran. I don't know, I've been Muslim for 95 days. I don't know very much. Just learn how to pray, just learn how to read Fatiha, Kul huwallahu ahad, Kul a'udhu birabbil falaq. I don't know very much. So the brother asked me some questions. He said to me, Akhi, mashallah, you're Muslim? I said, yeah, I'm Muslim, alhamdulillah. He said, oh, mashallah, mashallah, what are you studying? I said, oh, I'm studying public relations. He said, oh, that's a great thing. So I asked him what he's studying. He said he's studying computers. So we started talking, and then I left him, and then I seen him the next day. He goes, oh, brother, we're going to pray. You want to come? I said, yeah. When I pray with the brother. After the brother asked me a question, so brother, mashallah, mashallah, you work? I said, yeah, I work. He goes, where do you work? I said, I work at the LCBO. And anybody knows what the LCBO is? The Liquor Control Board of Ontario. My dad was a senior auditor. He used to make his money. He was an auditor counting all the money, and he used to count all the products, he used to do inventory. So my father was very high paid. So I used to work there. So guess what the brother, when I told him that? You know what he said to me? Astaghfirullah, akhi! Astaghfirullah! Akhi! Astaghfirullah! This is al-khaba'ith, akhi! And I was like, oh my gosh, what is this? Astaghfirullah. The brother, oh my gosh, I don't know what astaghfirullah is. The brother was shrilling with his voice. Akhi, you will go to the hellfire. That was his voice. I'm only Muslim less than 100 days. I don't know about halal and haram. I know absolutely nothing about halal and haram. So he said, if you don't quit your job, you will go to the hellfire. I was scared. I didn't embrace Islam so I can go to the hellfire. I embraced Islam so I can go to Jannah, right? So guess what I did? I went the very next day to my boss and said, I want to resign. I want to quit. They said, are you sure? Do you have a head problem? I was getting paid $13.07 back in 1991. Is that good money? Huh? That'd be like about $40, $50 an hour now. That's what it would work out to about. Is that good money? I quit that job, signed out all the papers. Sign your name, you want to quit, you want to resign, right? I did that for the sake of Allah, right? I came home to my father the next day, because he came home late that night, and I seen him the next day. I said, oh, Pops, I want to tell you that, that because of my Islam, I quit my job at the liquor store. My dad went, what? Say that again? Now remember, my dad was a senior auditor for the Liquor Board of Ontario. That's how he pays his rent, that's how he pays his mortgage, that's how he pays for his car, that's how he pays for his kid. So now his kid, after he got his kid a job at the liquor store, is telling him, I quit that job for religion. What do you think my father told me? MashaAllah, Habibi, Alhamdulillah. You think he said that to me? My dad said, mothers, get your stuff and get the out the house. I got kicked out of the house. I got kicked out of the house for practicing Islam. My father boycotted me for 2 years. I was cut off. My family excommunicated me. My father excommunicated me. You know what that means? You know what excommunication means? Anybody know what that means? Well, basically, in Islam, if we call somebody a kafir, we're excommunicating them. We're saying, you're not Muslim no more. Get away from us. My father excommunicated me from the family. He kicked me out. You're not my son. You're an embarrassment. You're a fool. Religion made you stupid. Okay? So, I'm homeless. I'm jobless. I'm still going to school, but then my car broke down 2 weeks later. I used to live in Brampton, and I had to go to Humber College. So my car broke down. Now all of a sudden, I don't have enough money to fix my car. I don't have enough money to go back and forth to college. I can't afford my next semester, so I dropped out of college. Now here's the question for you guys. Do you think that Muslim brother said to me, and by the way, he was Hafiz of Quran, but he didn't study fiqh, he didn't study usul ad-din. Do you think he said to me, hey Aki, don't worry, come over here and come live with me and my family? You think he said that? Hey brother, you don't got another job? Hey, let me help you up. Let me give you, you're having a hard time, bro? Let me get you another job. You think he did that for me? Hey brother, you don't have any food? Hey man, come on, don't worry, my family will feed you. You think he did any of that for me? So he gave me some advice at that time that was Islamically correct advice, but he didn't have no wisdom. And he didn't teach me a principle, and that's why you guys gotta study the religion. People have come to me as a new Muslim now, 31 years, thinking I'm, excuse my expression, that I'm an ignorant N-I-G-G-A from the hood or from the streets. You guys understand that? N-I-G-G-A. You guys understand that language? Some people here, they know what I'm trying to say. You guys gotta learn, you guys gotta spell, right? Now, I'm just some fool from the street. I suffered to learn the religion. I suffered. And I'm only saying that to you guys is that Islam was given to you guys from your family birth. Mom and dad were Muslim, grandma was Muslim, grandpa was Muslim, great-grandfather was Muslim. It was just handed to you guys. Okay? So I had to learn right from wrong. So I struggled. So alhamdulillah, I met a nice brother, mashallah, trying not to give the racial backgrounds of people. And he said to me, I can get you a job working at the gas station. My brother works at the gas station. They have a job. $7.15. Cut in half. You see that? Cut in half almost. But guess what happened to me? I used to work 12-hour shifts. And I met some brothers, mashallah, that used to like to read. And they used to sell books. So I started buying books from them. And guess what I'm doing at work late in the night? I go to work at 8 at the night and come back home 8 in the morning. Okay, one brother, he found me a place to live too. So guess what I'm doing? The whole night, guess what I'm studying? As a new Muslim, guess what I'm reading? Islamic books. I bought Sahih Bukhari and I read Sahih Bukhari within 9 months. 9 volumes in 9 months. I didn't understand that much of it. But I read it. How many Muslims can say that they read Sahih Bukhari? Put up your hand. Even the abridged version. Right? So why we want to study is another reason we want to study is because when you study and you try to be sincere for Allah Azza wa Jal, Allah will raise your ranks. Who here would like to get their ranks risen? To move up in a higher level? وقال الله تعالى يرفع الله الذين آمنوا منكم والذين أوتوا العلم درجات والله بما تعملون الخبير. Allah Ta'ala goes on to say, Allah will raise those who believe and those who are given knowledge many levels, many degrees, and Allah is aware of all what you do. So knowledge can raise your status. You think the imam in the masjid here, he just became imam because he's a handsome guy? Or he had to study the Quran to become the imam? He spent some time as a little kid, right? Right? So you respect him for his recitation. He spent time to learn. He put time and effort, what they call sweat equity. Anybody know what sweat equity is? It means you sweat. They call it blood, sweat, and tears, they call it. He did the work. He probably traveled to go see his sheikh to sit under him. He probably hurt his knees. He probably had to write out the Quran. He spent time. So you respect that person, right? So there are many people these days that they're living their whole life like it's cursed. What do I mean by that? You're a Muslim, but yet you're living a life without your full opportunity to get close to Allah. And many of the people, they don't know the reason why Allah created them. وَمَا خَلَقْتُ الْجِنَّ وَالْإِنسِ إِلَّا. Yeah, so were we created to be a doctor? Butcher, baker, candlestick maker? Car salesman? Engineer? We can do these things, they're permissible, but that's not why Allah created us. He created us so we worship Him. So the Prophet ﷺ, he said, in Hadith is in Tirmidhi, he said, one narration, Inna, and another one he said, Ala inna dunya mal'unatul mal'un. ما فيها إلى ذكر الله تعالى وما ذكر الله وما وله وعالم أو متعالم. That the world, everything in it is cursed, except for the one who remembers Allah in a way that Allah wants us to remember Him. And He facilitates it. The scholar and the one who's seeking religious knowledge. Everything is cursed. So just as much as you go and you study what they call ulum ad-dunyawiyya, secular knowledge, you're going to go to school 5 days a week, sit in front of some professor, pay lots of money. After you finish 4 years, they're going to give you a piece of paper that says that you're qualified, bona fide, certified to do what? To get some other type of papers. You get one paper to get some other type of paper, right? And then if you can go back to school for another 4 years, again, you get more papers so you can get more paper. And then if you want to go to school for another 3 to 4 years, you go to school to get another paper to get more papers, right? BA, master's degree, PhD, permanent head damage. Most of the doctors that I've met, they don't realize that whatever knowledge they have, it's in one science. Doesn't mean that they've got all the knowledge in other sciences. And I've sat on panels with people that are PhDs, for instance, a PhD, and he's a doctor of dentistry. It means he knows how to clean teeth and fix teeth and extract teeth. But because he's a dentist and he has the title doctor or an engineer, and engineering means he can draw you the blueprint on how to build a building, when he comes and he sits at a panel with people and they say, Ustad Abu Shahada is coming, or Brother Abu Shahada is coming, and Dr. Fulan and Dr. Fulana and Dr. Fulan is coming. Okay, well, what was their PhD in? Was it Islamic sciences? There's a difference between the sheikh who went and he studied Islamic sciences and he has a degree, and someone who just likes to give talks and they have a PhD in another science. So I'm of the opinion that if you're a doctor in medicine and you get on the minbar, we shouldn't be saying Dr. Fulan wa Allah is going to give the Jummah Khutbah today. That science of him being a medical doctor has nothing to do with him getting on the minbar. You guys understand that point? But now if somebody went and they studied Islam and they have a BA, a master's degree, or a PhD in Islamic sciences, then sure, by all means. He's in the right place at the right time. As the Prophet said, Anzala nasa munazilhum. Put people in their proper place at the proper time. Or you have to recognize the people for their skill set. So, is knowledge only for the people that look good? It's for everybody, right? Is it for the tall people only? The short people? The white people? The black people? It's for everybody. The Prophet said, "Talib al-ilm faridatun ala kulli Muslim," and then waziyada wa muslimatun. That seeking knowledge, being a student of his religious knowledge, it is wajib on every single Muslim. Not that you got to be a scholar, but you got to get the basics of Islam. Okay, I'm going to show you guys what is the difference, and this is our religion. I'm not trying to be gross, but it's from our religion. These are technical terms that you need to know. Okay, I'm not trying to be gross. I'm not. What is the difference between istijmar and istinja? This is important. It has to do with relieving yourself. One of them is when you bowl, and the other one is when you gha'it. Okay, number 1 and number 2. Okay, there's certain rulings on how to do that properly. So when you relieve yourself from the washroom, it's called tahara. You can come and you can make, after you make tahara, you make a ghusl, you clean yourself properly, you make wudu, then you can do what? What else? What else? Read Quran, can make tawaf. Can make tawaf. You got to be in a state of purity. So you need to know the difference. What's the ruling? How is it done? I with my own eyes, I'm not trying to be graphic. I'm just telling you the difference between knowledge and being ignorant. I have seen many Muslim men at different conferences, in different facilities where the non-Muslims have their urinals. You know, where the people, the men, they use the washrooms. You know, there's a place where you stand up and you do number 1. I've seen Muslims use it, and the other washrooms are available. And I say, Akhi, brother, 60-year-old men. Akhi, why didn't you use the washroom? Why? Akhi, there's a possibility you got some najis on your pants. You're standing up. This could invalidate your wudu. Oh, brother, don't be extreme. Brother, don't be extreme. Allah is in my heart, brother. Allah is in your heart? Allah is in your heart. He's not above the throne, above the heavens. He's in your heart. See, this is ignorance. The brother doesn't even know what invalidates his salat. Let alone does he know how to pray salat. Let alone does he know who's watching him while he's making the salat. This is the condition of many Muslims. Who here wants to be ignorant? Put up your hand. Okay, who here is ignorant? Put up your hand. None of you guys are ignorant? Everybody here is ignorant. Everybody. I'm putting my hand up first. Who here is ignorant? Put up your hand. Still some brothers, they think they're knowledgeable. Put up your hand. Sisters, there's a lot of sisters here, they think they have the knowledge. If you're ignorant, put up your hand. Sheikh, are you ignorant? Sheikh, are you ignorant? Jahil? Everybody's jahil. Everybody. Even the sheikh, he's jahil. You're either jahil basit or you're jahil murakkib. There's two categories. Either you're a little bit ignorant or you're compounded with your ignorance. The sheikh, I'm sure he knows the tafkhim and the ghunna and the noon sakin. He knows all the rulings of ahkam al-tajweed. He's 100 times better than me. I'm ignorant of those things. Never spent much time learning it. I studied the usul. There's different sciences. How many of us are ignorant of so many sciences? Who here memorized 10 hadith? Put up your hand if you memorized 10 hadith. 10 hadith. These are the words of the Prophet ﷺ. I bet you the sisters know Nicki Minaj's songs. I've seen some of them on Instagram with their hijab. And I'm flipping like this. I'm going up and down and I'm seeing Muslim sisters recite the whole Nicki Minaj song. I'm seeing brothers recite all of Drake's songs. Muslims, they got all the bars of Drake, all the bars of Kendrick Lamar, down like this. Huh? Okay, Little Durk. How about that? You know he's Muslim now, right? You know Little Durk took a shahada, right? You guys know who Little Durk is? Yeah, he's from one of the toughest areas in the city. It's called the O Block in Chicago. Some brothers, they want me to go there and do some dawah. No, there's lots of Muslims there, alhamdulillah. So, we have to learn. Okay, now, what's up for grab right now is this beautiful Strictly Sunnah hat right here. This one here is right if you got the right answer. Okay? What is the worst sin that you can commit? Nope. They taught you wrong. Huh? Huh? I can't hear you, bro. Speak up loud, 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 talk loud. Like you're giving the khutbah loud. Oh, that's a big sin, but that's not the biggest sin. Who here is shocked by that? Put up your hand. Okay. And that's good. That's good. I'm glad you're shocked. That's why you got to study the usul. Even the imam would get this wrong, most likely. Who here thinks I'm wrong? Put up your hand. You think I'm wrong? No, you're supposed to say, hat, sheikh, hat. Bring your dalil, sheikh. Bring your evidence, sheikh. You see, anybody says anything that sounds weird, say, bro, ayna laka hadha? Where are you getting this from, sheikh? No, I'm just waiting for you guys to say that. All right. Who here wants to know? Okay, we're going to leave that till later. I'll put that right there. This is for the hat later. Let's come back to that. See, I want you guys thinking about this here, right? So who here left their house today? You guys having some food today? Is there food coming today? Yeah. What kind of food? Shawarma. Who here came here for the shawarma? Put up your hand. Who came here knowing that there's going to be some shawarmas? Put up your hand. You knew, the masjid, I'm poor, I'm a poor man, I don't have nothing, I'm coming to get some shawarma. Put up my hand. It's not on the flyer. But who here knew they were going to have some food here? Put up your hand. Who thought maybe they might have some food? You came here to get the food, but you didn't come here to get the food of the mind and the soul. Put up your hand if you came here for the food. Come on now. Somebody came here to get something to eat. Now, I didn't come to Kitchener to get something to eat. If I get something to eat, alhamdulillah, that's not why I came here. The Prophet said, من خرج في طلب العلم كان في سبيل الله حتى يرجع. Okay? The Prophet went on to say that whoever exits their house, whoever exits in pursuit of seeking the knowledge, they'll be in the path of Allah until they return back home to their house. So until you guys continue to learn something here, you're actually seeking knowledge, you're in the path of Allah. Why are we studying knowledge? We are studying knowledge so we can get to the Jannah. We are studying knowledge so we can fear Allah. We are studying knowledge because studying knowledge, it will help us get closer to Allah. We are studying knowledge, why? So we can fear Allah. إِنَّمَا يَخْشَى اللَّهَ مِنْ إِبَادِهِ الْعُلَمَاءِ. That verily those who have the khashya. See, the word taqwa means what? What does taqwa mean? How do we translate taqwa? Fear of Allah. Okay, very good. That's why English sucks. And Arabic is more rich. Okay, so taqwa, they translate it as the fear of Allah. That's, if you look at any translation, the fear of Allah. What about khawf? What does khawf mean? Fear. What about khashya? What does it mean? Fear. It's 3 different types of fear. They're not all the same. You guys understand that? Arabic is a very rich language. This is a science within itself. Allah Ta'ala says, إِنَّمَا يَخْشَى اللَّهَ مِنْ إِبَادِهِ الْعُلَمَاءِ. It is those servants of Allah who have knowledge, who stand in the true awe and essence of Allah Azza wa Jalla. It's a higher level of fear. Then there's khawf. So if there was a bunch of pit bulls outside going, there's 10 pit bulls out there, who would go to their car? If the mom said, if Hoya said, yo man, go out there and bring me, what they call it, I forget the name, I forget the Somali name for it. Burr. Go outside and get some burr and bring in the burr. And there's 8, 9 pit bulls out there. Pit bulls. You guys know what a pit bull is? And they're barking. Is it permissible to have khawf of them? Yes or no? Yes. So this is a type of fear that dog can bite you. Should I have taqwa of that dog? Should I have khashya of that dog? So these are just words that show you that when the Quran is being recited, it's different things that are being taught. Okay. Who's ready to talk about the biggest sin? What's on the line? So, we already said that shirk is not the biggest sin. Who thought their whole life that shirk was the biggest sin? Look around. I'm here to tell you it's not. Yeah, I see your hand up, Sheikh. Yeah, it's not. It's not the biggest sin. So say, Sheikh, what's your dalil? What's your evidence? Come on, I'm waiting for you guys. Ask me. Where's the coffee, Sheikh? That's a good coffee, man. All right, who's ready for the dalil? Who's ready? Okay, you guys, you didn't get it. So, here we go. This is in, I don't have my glasses. This is in, you guys can look for your own self. No, I'll tell you later. Qala Allah Ta'ala. This is what Allah said. This is in Surah Al-Baqarah. إِنَّمَا يَأْمُرُ بِالسُّوءِ وَفَحْشَاءِ وَأَن تَقُولُوا عَلَى اللَّهِ مَا لَا تَعْلَمُونَ. Chapter 2, verse 169. Allah Ta'ala, He says, okay, and there's a bunch of things before this as well. And he, the devil, commands you only what is evil from amongst the fahsha, and that you should say against Allah what you don't know. You speak for Allah without any knowledge. This is the worst sin. I'm going to give you some examples now. Tafsir al-Baghawi. Imam Baghawi went on to say, وَأَن تَقُولُوا عَلَى اللَّهِ مَا لَا تَفْعَلُونَ فِي أَسْمَائِهِ وَصِفَاتِهِ وَأَفْعَالِهِ وَشَرْعِهِ. He went on to say, Imam Baghawi. Who's Imam Baghawi? That's the question you should be asking. He's one of the greatest mufassirin. And his chains of narration and his tafsir is tafsir al-ma'thur. Means it goes back to the narrations. One of the best tafsirs you can get. He went on to say, it is to speak about Allah, about His names, His attributes, His actions, and His religion, Sharia, without knowledge. So someone asks you a question, is it halal? And this was a fatwa that was given. And I wish I could see that sheikh and punch him right in his face. One of the sheikhs in one of the Muslim countries said to the Saudi students, when you come to Canada, if you want to marry one of these white girls here, while you're here studying, and then divorce her after you're finished studying, it's permissible. Who here would allow somebody to marry their girl, use her and abuse her, and then throw her back after they're done with them? That fatwa was batila. That's a batil fatwa. Who here thinks that that's right? But the sheikh, he thinks, you know what? You're in the land of harb. You're in the land of the disbelievers. You could just do whatever. You have some desires. You're in a state of haram. Just go to the lands. Just grab a Sally or a Susie. Marry her for 3-4 years. After you finish your studies, just throw her back, divorce her. Who would allow their women for that, would like that to happen to their women in their country? Who would like that? Anybody would like that? You have sisters, right? I have a sister. I have daughters. Would I sign on something if I knew that was their intention? You should be angry with stuff like that. Would they allow us to go to Saudi Arabia and marry one of their women and then after, I don't need you no more? First of all, they would never let us marry the woman. So here they are speaking about Allah without knowledge. وقال ابن جوزي. Ibn Jawzi went on to say, قوله تعالى وأن تقولوا على الله ما لا تعملون عام في تحريم القول في الدين من غير يقين. It is making those things, the general things, or those things that are forbidden, okay, based upon your words in the religion without any certainty. You don't have certain knowledge and you say, yeah, halal, haram, this is halal, this is haram. Akhi, do you have an ayah or hadith? No, I think it's scary. People make fatwa every day. Oh, that's haram. Oh, that's halal. No, you can't speak about Allah's religion without information and evidence. So now, let me read you what Imam Ibn Qayyim. Anybody heard of Ibn Qayyim rahimahullah wa rahmatullahi wasi'ah? Anybody heard of Ibn Qayyim? Who is Ibn Qayyim? Who is he? Yeah, who is his sheikh? Who is Ibn Qayyim sheikh? You already got one already. You got one already, sheikh. You got one already. Ibn Taymiyyah, that's the Shaykh al-Islam. Remember before we talked about a polymath? Polymath, if we were to translate that into Arabic, it'd be Shaykh al-Islam. It'd be, he's mastered many sciences, okay? So let's read what Ibn Qayyim went on to say. It's a little bit long. There's lots of information here, okay? It's going to be a little bit dull, a little bit boring, but it's extremely important what Ibn Qayyim said, okay? This is to help you understand why shirk, it is very high, but there's something more higher than that. And that is speaking about Allah without knowledge. Okay? And here's why. The Shaykh goes on to say, even more than what is committing shirk involves, is that he involves and he includes ascribing something falsely to Allah. He ascribes something falsely to Allah. He's changing or altering the religion of Allah. He's denying what has confirmed or confirming what he has denied. The person is speaking on behalf of Allah and he's denying what Allah confirmed and he's confirming what Allah denied. Okay, it's very dangerous. He's affirming something, declaring something false to be true. Something true he declares false, something false he declares true. Example, pork's halal. That's the general rule. Yeah, pork is halal, you can eat it, bismillah. No, there's only a time you can eat pork when there's nothing else available. And you can only take the bare minimum. But this individual says, yeah, pork's halal, bismillah, man. You're in the land of the non-Muslims, just eat pork, bismillah. This is haram. He speaks about Allah's religion without knowledge. Okay? And other things like that. Supporting something that Allah dislikes, opposes, and something that Allah, He hates and He detests. Is it permissible, brothers and sisters, for a person who proclaims to be a Muslim to take the Quran and throw it on the ground, take it in the washroom, akramakum Allah, throw it in the garbage? So if someone does something like that, what happens to them? They leave Islam, right? That's a horrible thing. Okay, the Shaykh goes on to say, in other words, when you are speaking without ilm in the religion, in things which are related in the religion, that in fact you are changing the religion, you're changing it, you're altering the religion that Allah sent down to the Prophet ﷺ and the companions, you're changing it. And I've heard people say, I've heard it with my own ears, we needed Islam for 2023, we need to switch the Sharia of Allah. Is that a statement of belief or a statement of kufr? Yeah, the religion is the religion. Either we need to change to either be a better Muslim or we change into a worse Muslim, but the religion is the religion, right? People have said that stuff. We need to change the religion. It's a little bit too harsh. We don't understand that. This is really bad. So the Shaykh goes on to say, and inshallah maybe there's a couple more paragraphs, that the real source of kufr and shirk, and for example, the polytheists, the mushrikeen, they used to make such statements. For example, Abu Bakr one time, Abu Bakr as-Siddiq, radiallahu an. Who is he? Who is he though? What rank does he have? Huh? Okay, what number is he? Number one. What else? What else about Abu Bakr as-Siddiq?
First Muslim.
Oh yes. Yes. What else? The best friend of the Prophet ﷺ. What else? Huh? Father-in-law. What else? As-Sadiq. He believed in the Prophet ﷺ when no one else did. What else? He's from the 10 that are promised paradise. Abu Bakr fi Jannah, the Prophet said. Umar fi Jannah. Uthman fi Jannah. Ali fi Jannah. Wa ila akhiri, to the end. Okay? This is what was asked to him and said to him. For example, Abu Bakr, one time, they asked him a question. And Abu Bakr one day he said, what earth would give me a place to live and what sky would shade me if I should speak about the Quran with my own opinion or something that I do not know? And Umar ibn Khattab, he also said, beware of using your opinion in religious matters. And Ibn Abbas, remember we talked about Ibn Abbas? Who is that guy? Who is Ibn Abbas? Tarjum al-Quran. The Prophet ﷺ gave him that title. The interpreter of the Quran. The interpreter of the Quran. The Prophet ﷺ gave him that title. This is the Prophet giving him a special title. Tarjum al-Quran. The interpreter of the Quran. His statement is not like my statement or any sheikh's statement. It's the highest, what they call tabaqat. The highest level of tafsir is Ibn Abbas. Then there's some others underneath them. So he went on to say, and the one who the Prophet ﷺ made dua for him to understand the Quran, to get the understanding of the deen, and to be given by Allah the ta'wil, the true deep meaning of the Quran. The understanding of the Quran, he also said, all that there is to follow and obey is the book and the sunnah and his messenger. Whoever makes any statement after those two, according to his opinion, then I do not know if you'll find among his deeds, or if you will find among his good deeds, or among his sins. So to speak about the religion of Allah without any evidence, any proof, any understanding according to the companions, the students of the companions, or the students of the companions, or those that follow that same methodology, is very dangerous. Sheikh Fulan wa Alan, he said this, so okay, we need some more evidence. And anybody from the scholars from 1,000 years ago, 1,100 years ago, 1,200 years ago, 1,400 years ago, did anybody give us a precedent Did anybody precede you in that from the past who's a scholar? You have to be really careful, brothers and sisters, who you take your religion from. It's really, really important. Be careful, really be careful, okay? In discussing the verse, he goes on to say, and here's the big breakdown. In discussing this verse, he says, first there is some sins, which are what they call haram lidhatihi. They're forbidden due to their own evil nature, and others which are haram li ghayrihi, which are forbidden because they lead to some evil or have some evil in them. And he said with respect to this verse, all these four, they are haram Allah. All those things that are in this verse. Okay, Sheikh, where's my Sheikh? Where did he go? Sheikh, come. Bring the Mus'haf. Bring the Mus'haf. Where is it? Yeah, bring the Quran here. We're going to pull up the whole verse. It's Quran. You guys should be writing this down. Check it for yourself. I want you guys to go home and do your own research. Chapter 2, verse 169. This is the verse that we're talking about. Come on here, Sheikh. Where's the English translation to?
The English?
Yeah. They're haram either by their essence or because the evil in them. Continuing his discussion, he went on to say about this, that is either haram li dhati or haram li ghayrihi. All right, Sheikh. We're going to have Sheikh here to read this verse here. What? Anybody can tell him? Who knows the verse? Chapter 2, verse. Let's see the Sheikh. Ask the Sheikh. Let's see the Sheikh. Sheikh, أعظم من صانع شيخنا أعظم من الذنوب يا شيخ من أعظم الذنوب الأعظم الشرك بالله ها صح ما في أكبر هذا يا شيخ صح okay ها okay let's read اقرأ شيخ no أولى read
verse
169 chapter 2 verse 169. We're going to break it down for you guys. It's shocking, right? Is it shocking? Who's shocked that shirk is not the biggest sin? Who's shocked?
Yep. 169.
Yeah, read it in Arabic and then read it in English.
I can't read it in Arabic.
Okay, where's my sheikh? Where's my sheikh who led the salat? Where's the sheikh who led the salat? He left?
Musa.
Yeah, come to Allah. Okay, sheikh, you're going to read the English.
Yeah, I can read English.
Come.
I can't read it. Oh, Allah.
Watch now. Watch now. When you read the ayah to the sheikh, here, read it.
I don't know.
169. Read it loud.
إنما يأمركم بالسوء.
Louder. Let her read it. Bismillah. Let me hear the sheikh. Let's see if you guys are going to change your answer. Qala Allah Ta'ala. Allah said,
إنما يأمركم بالسوء والفحشاء وأن تقولوا على الله ما لا تعلمون.
What's the ayah before that? Read the ayah before that too.
يا أيها الناس كلوا مما في الأرض حلالا طيبا ولا تتبعوا خطوات الشيطان إنه لكم عدو مبين.
The next one. Read the next one.
إنما يأمركم بالسوء والفحشاء وأن تقولوا على الله ما لا تعلمون.
صح شيخ؟ يا شيخ؟ ها؟ صح? So what is meant here, ya ikhwan? And go do your own research. Maybe your sheikh is crazy. Yeah. Okay, go ahead, read the English, sheikh. The ayah before, 68 and 69.
68 and 69.
Bismillah.
O mankind, eat from whatever is on earth that is lawful, and do not follow the footsteps of Satan.
Khutawat al-shaytan. Allah has given you an order to eat from the pure things and do not follow the footsteps of the devil. So now it's going to talk about all the footsteps of the devil in succession from one level to the worst. It gives you this, and then this, and then this, and then this, and then this. Okay, go ahead.
Indeed, he is to you a clear enemy.
Who?
Shaitan.
Shaitan. He's a clear enemy. Okay.
That's verse 168. Verse 169.
So he's going to order you to follow his footsteps, right? Okay.
He only orders you to evil.
He orders you to evil.
And immorality.
And immorality, what is that? Fahshas, bad things that you do, what you shouldn't be doing. Right? What else?
And to say about Allah what you do not know.
And to say about Allah what you don't know. It's a major sin. What they call tawqi'. Okay, Ibn Qayyim rahimahullah, he wrote a book called I'lam al-Muwaqqi'in. Sheikh, you heard of this book? Sheikh, you heard of this book, Sheikh? Tafham ya Sheikh. سمعتوا هذا الكتاب إعلام الموقعين لابن قيم. He said, sit up here, Sheikh, don't worry. He said in here, ya ikhwan, and this is we're taking from his work, that from amongst this thing is that you speak about Allah's religion and you give your stamp of approval. You make fatwa, you make a ruling, you say haram is halal, halal is haram. You speak about Allah's religion bil ghayri al-ilm, without any knowledge. Right? Is this good or bad? Why is it bad?
It is the bid'ah?
Huh? Okay, check this out. And I seen this with my eyes. I went to, I don't want to say the Muslim country because I don't want to hurt anybody's feeling. I went to a couple Muslim countries and I seen with my own eyes, I think we mentioned it last time, Muslim countries where they recite Quran so beautiful, mashallah. But then I seen the people, I went there, one brother took me to come and see and witness it with my own eyes. I seen the people make sujood to the grave of a man. Is that tawheed? What is that? Shirk. Okay. Is that worse than someone getting the microphone and talking all kinds of craziness about the religion? Yes, pork is halal, alcohol is halal, zina is halal, a'udhu billah, killing your mother, that's halal, shooting your neighbor, that's halal. Like I'm speaking now without any knowledge. Why? Why is it worse? I said, all right, Sheikh. Bismillah. That's for you, Sheikh. Bismillah. Come on, Sheikh. Give this to the Sheikh. Okay, it's compounded ignorance. You're leading yourself astray, and then now you're leading the masses astray. It's a tremendous sin to speak about Allah's religion without any knowledge. What does it say? Read the ayah again. Where is it? Here it is. And I challenge any brother to go read the tafsir. Go read what the Mashaykh, the Mufassirin said. I can't find the ayah. Where did it go? Oh, it's here. I'm here. Here it is here. It's called Al-Qawlu ala Allah bila ilm. To speak about Allah's religion without knowledge. That's what Ibn Qayyim said. He said, وَأَن تَقُولُوا عَلَى اللَّهِ, to speak about Allah, مَا لَا تَعْلَمُونَ. Ma, la. That's double negative. Ma is a negative, la is a negative. In the science of Nahu and Sarf. La, ma, la. It's double negative. Shows you the severity of it. You speak about Allah's religion, you talk about Allah's religion, you say something like one of the famous sheikhs who's on YouTube, I don't believe in Yajuj or Majuj. I think that's a fairy tale. There's a very famous sheikh, he said that. Very famous. 100 times more popular than me. Yeah. I can't tell you. You got to go do your own research. Just Google it. It might come up. Right? Speaking about Allah's knowledge. Now, Ibn Kathir and Al-Baghawi and Al-Tabari and Al-Qurtubi and Ibn Marda and Ibn Abi Zamanin and Ibn Abi Hatim, and I can go on and name Sadiq Hassan Khan, Al-Tabari, Sa'di, all these mufassirin from the past, they say the opposite of what the sheikh said. Who should we take from? The popular sheikh who's on YouTube, or the sheikh from 1,000 years ago?
The more knowledgeable.
What do you guys think?
The more knowledgeable.
Are you guys with me? Still think I'm wrong? Or you think I'm right now? You don't know? Am I right, Sheikh? Am I right, Sheikh? To speak about Allah's religion without knowledge, because you can lead yourself astray and you can leave the multitude of astray. There's difference than a person themselves just being ignorant and going and committing an act of shirk. But now imagine someone who's popular with the microphone encouraging people to make shirk. I've seen this. So-called sheikhs, fake sheikhs. Yes, do some bid'ah and do some crazy stuff and do some somersaults and jump up and down and say Allah and say all kinds of crazy stuff. And they say that gets you closer to Allah. It's scary. It's scary. On my phone, I have a whole bunch of people doing all kinds of stuff that has nothing to do with the religion of Allah, and they're encouraging people to do it. It's very scary. So, where we are right now, what was the topic that we were talking about? What's the topic that we're talking about? Yeah. Yeah? Okay, so give me some background on that. Why? Why do we seek knowledge? Who can remember? Anybody here took some notes? Who took some notes? Sheikh, look, Sheikh, ما في دفتر Sheikh. ما في دفتر, ما في أي ورقة, ما في قلم يا Sheikh. أين طلاب? Where are the students? Nobody wrote it down? Sister, you didn't wrote it down on your thing? Nobody took no knowledge, no notes, no computers?
Mental notes?
Okay, so let's see what you guys have. I want to see if you absorb the knowledge. What are some of the benefits of seeking knowledge?
Prevents us from ignorance, which leads to like bid'ah or like.
Okay. Okay, well they call it izalatu juhala, to take ignorance off of yourself. Every Muslim, it's obligatory for you that you understand izalatu juhala. You take ignorance off of yourself, even though you're still going to be on a level of ignorance. There's high levels and lower levels. All of us are on the low level. Okay, what else? Knowledge is wajib. What's your evidence for that? What do you say? English.
English?
Yeah.
I don't remember word for word.
Try your best.
I do remember.
طالب العلم فريضة على كل مسلم. Simple hadith, guys. You can memorize it like this. Just like you memorize the Quran, you memorize hadith. Okay, Sheikh?
Remove all doubts about Islam, just in case.
Mm-hmm. What is that called? There's a whole science behind all of that. There's a whole science called shubha and shak. That's a whole science. Maybe the Sheikh will talk to you guys about it. Okay? Shubha. What's a shubha? A doubt. What is shak? It's a different type of doubt. That's another lecture another day. Okay, what else? What else? What else? What else? Yep. Save you from the hellfire. Yes. Very good. What else?
It like kind of makes you mute from like Shaitan's whisperings in a way.
No, Shaitan, he'll whisper all the time. Doesn't matter. He whispers to me all the time too. You know what he tells me? And I have to fight it every day. Every day. He said, go knock that joker out, man. He just insulted you. And I'm like, astaghfirullah, astaghfirullah. I can't go punch that brother out, man. He stepped on my toe and he told me I'm ugly. I can't go punch him out. It's against the deen. But he whispers to me, go knock that joker out. Can't do it. It's haram. Right? The Muslim, his face, the Muslim is sacred. Kullu Muslim ala Muslim haram. Irdahu wa malahu wa damhu. All of the Muslim is sacred. His life is sacred, his blood is sacred, and his property is sacred. Okay, what else? What else? Come on. I'm seeing what you guys have retained here.
At the beginning you mentioned that on the path to knowledge, seeking knowledge,
Yep.
makes it easy for you and helps you.
To what?
Teaching you himself.
Okay, that's two different things. One of them is an ayah, وَاتَّقُوا اللَّهَ وَيَعْلَمُكُمُ اللَّهُ. Right? Whoever fears Allah, Allah will teach them. That's an ayah. And then the other one is the hadith. مَنْ سَلَكَ طَرِيقًا إِلَى آخِرِهِ. Whoever goes and he traverses a path to seek the knowledge, Allah will make the path to the Jannah easy for them. Right? Is that right? Okay, what else? What else? نعم تفضل.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين وصلى الله وسلم على نبينا محمد وعلى اله وصحبه وسلم حياه الله جزاك الله خيرا ابو هاشم اسمك ابو شهاده حياك الله وبياك وجزاه الله خيرا waxaan bilaabaynaa su'aalo gabdhaha iyo wiilasha waa midkii guulaystay insha allahu tacaala haddaad garan weydaan gabdhaha loo gudbinayaa insha allahu tacaala ardadii nebiga calayhi salaatu wasalaam ardadii nebiga ayay ahaayeen ardadii nebiga ayay ahaayeen ardadii nebiga ayay ahaayeen nebi maxamed ardadiisii ahaayeen saxaabatu rasuuli illaah sala allahu calayhi wasalam أي waxaan rabaa marka 10 oo saxaabada ka mid ah 10 oo saxaabada ka mid ah maya doodi maya
he wants you guys to name 10 students of the Prophet.
أيه يا بلال خديجة رضي الله تعالى عنها هي أدري عثمان أمير المؤمنين رضي الله تعالى عنه هي عمر بن الخطاب رضي الله تعالى عنه هي يتري أفر ما يزاه
1 2 3 صدح واحد.
أيوة علي أبو بكر وأفر
No, لو مي علي أنا أبو بكر.
اسكي
شنو؟
شنواي هي بلال هي
6
أبو هريرة
7
هي 7
You had your hand up, brother?
أبو هريرة
7
بالمرينا يا زيد بن حارث يا شيخ
8
زيد بن حارث هي صدق نار
2 more
لا بهرس
2 more
يا خالد بن الوليد سيف الله المصنوع هي حمزة عبد المطلب رضي الله تعالى عنه ما شاء الله طبعا كم ماضي هي سؤال شاء الله بعد ما شاء الله ويش يقصوا بحن قبلها لو يدينا يا إن شاء الله تعالى أبيا ميكروفون العزم من الرسل العزم 5
نعم
يا محمد عليه الصلاة والسلام
نعم Huh?
He's gonna ask me questions, so just looking at
Okay.
better.
Yeah. The Ulul Azm wal Wusul is those that have reached the highest distinction out of all the prophets, and the Sheikh said there's 5 of them.
العزم من الرسل باربعة وقبلها وين؟ وأيمسا العزم من الرسل وأيمسا متبomba ملواتنبا مشنبا ملوا أكالك هاي أكلنا.
So these are the prophets. These are the prophets that have reached the highest level in distinction in terms of all the different capacities of their intellect, their skill set, their community building, all the things that make a prophet and then to be on the highest levels. There's 5 major ones, the Sheikh saying. So who are those major ones?
Musa?
نوح واحد أيه إبراهيم لا موسى عليه السلام وصدح عيسى وأفر محمد عليه الصلاة والسلام بارك الله فيك
بارك الله فيك حياك الله. Yeah, as Muslims, we don't clap our hands because all praise is due to Allah. If the Sheikh or me or somebody says something, we say Alhamdulillah, MashaAllah, Allahu Akbar. The best thing to say though is Kabbiru. This is what you find in the old narrations. If they seen something, say Kabbiru, means Allahu Akbar. Some people now they just say Takbir and they say Allahu Akbar. But the ancient scholars, they used to say Kabbiru. It means say Allahu Akbar. It's an order. Now, so if you see anything that impresses you, say MashaAllah, Tabarakallah. You say MashaAllah, la wala hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. Allah yubarik, Allah barik fi. You always want to put the blessing on whatever you see. Now, it's question and answer period now?
Sorry?
Is that what we're doing?
Are you done with your talk?
Well, I don't know.
Come in there.
So you're the Mismar?
Let's go.
Yeah.
If they have questions, unless you want to do it after Salat or where, I don't know.
We're still near the eating period, so there's prayers at 7:30, 7 o'clock right now.
Yeah.
Usually we're going to stop at 7:20.
Okay.
So for the next 20 minutes, whatever you want to do and say.
Yeah, Q&A is good.
Q&A? Okay, we're going to have a quick session of Q&A. So anything that you guys have for the Sheikh, it doesn't have to particularly relate to the topic we talked about today. So if you guys have any questions for the Sheikh, please feel free to ask right now. I'm going to call around the microphone. Please don't be shy. So, anybody have a question?
I'm going to bring food notes. You can write it down, inshallah.
Anybody have a question about anything in particular?
شيخ تفضل شيخ بسم الله هذا هدية لك
بارك الله فيك. بارك الله فيك جزاك الله.
وأيضا شيخ بسم الله هذا هدية لك.
الله يبارك فيك. الله يبارك فيك.
هذا اسمه عنوان الريادة الإسلامي strictly سنة إن شاء
الله يبارك
الله. تفضل مشكور.
When you said
It's not from our culture.
does that mean it's haram?
Or no one said it's haram, but it's not from our culture. Right? All praise is due to what is Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen? All praise is due to who? Right. Now, if the Sheikh did something good for you, you say, Sheikh, Jazakallah khair, shukran ya Sheikh. The Prophet said, Man lam yashkur Allah, lam yashkur nas. He who's not thankful to the people is not thankful to Allah. So he could say, Jazakallah khair, Barakallah fiqh, Hayakallah, wa yarda alayk. All these things we could say them. But now to clap for an individual, oh wow, he did a great thing. We say, MashaAllah, may Allah be pleased with what he did. Because maybe someone did something. For instance, you get one of the fancy rappers, right?